This is the news on 92.3 Nigeria Info.
Good evening. It's Wednesday, 20th December 2023. Peace is the path to the prosperity of a nation. Let peace reign. On the news this evening, lawmakers withdraw impeachment notice against Governor Fubara. Rivers Commissioner says Governor Fubara signed resolution agreement. Some passengers abducted along Iguruta Airport Road released. Federal government slashes public transport fare. On the foreign scene, Hamas leader in Cairo with reports of possible second Gaza truce. I am Constance Mega with the news. The Rivers State House of Assembly today withdrew the notice of impeachment against Governor Siminalayi Fubara. A statement by the media aide to the Speaker of the House, Martin Swachukwu, said the decision was reached at plenary held at the auditorium of the House of Assembly quarters on Aba Road. Well, he said the Speaker of the State House of Assembly, Martin Amewule, withdrew the notice of impeachment in order to abide by the agreement reached out of respect for President Tinubu. The statement also said the House considered the report of the ad hoc committee on the Aleto oil spill. Meanwhile, the Rivers State Commissioner for Information, Joe Johnson, has confirmed the authenticity of Governor Siminalayi Fubara's signature on the resolution document released on Monday evening. Well, the document was released after a meeting with President Bola Tinubu and the parties in the political crisis in Rivers State. While speaking on Channels Television, Mr. Johnson said the state governor will be implementing the agreement reached because he is committed to the process of peace.
There's nothing to doubt about it. We have gone beyond the issue as to who signed and who didn't sign. And the Bible that we all profess says you should pursue peace with all men at all costs. Mr. Governor is a stickler to the rules. And if His Excellency, the President, has intervened, I do not see him as derailing. He's not a man of perfidy. He will not say something and do the other. In the next couple of hours, I will be unveiling some of the approvals His Excellency had already given as an indication that he's prepared for peace.
Mr. Johnson also said it's not a sign of weakness that Governor Fubara agreed to the decisions reached at Monday's meeting.
I was in that meeting. For anybody to say that the governor was negotiating from a weak position is an overstatement. When people disagree, they are bound to come to a round table. And then you come to compromise. If that is what you call weak point, I doubt if we understand what conflict resolution truly is. But the fact of the matter is that the governor is prepared to give what he promised Rivers people during his electioneering campaign. And that is just what is focused on, not on a selfish desire to keep which position.
In the meantime, an elder statesman, Edwin Clark, says President Bola Tinubu was not asked to intervene in the Rivers State political crisis, but to call the FCT minister, Nyesom Wike, to order. The elder statesman said this on Arise Television today. He said only the courts can reinstate the 27 lawmakers who defected to the APC and not the president.
So for him to go extra mile, to go and impose a one-sided, oppressive and unconstitutional agreement on the governor is unacceptable. So the Rivers State people go to Port Harcourt. Out of 10 people, 8 of them will say that the whole agreement is unacceptable, it's an insult on the people of Rivers State.
Well, Mr. Clark also recalled that during the administration of Chibuike Amechi, the FCT minister led 5 members of the House of Assembly in 2013 to attempt to impeach the then Speaker, Otelemaba Amakri.
The same Wike led these 5 people to impeach somebody. So he has been in the saddle of this madness in politics in Rivers State. Now he has turned around that 5 people cannot impeach when he used the same 5 people in 2013.
In another development, the spokesperson of Labour Party in Rivers State, Gogo Wellington, says despite the peace accord reached over the political crisis, the party is still expecting INEC to comply with the request to conduct fresh elections to fill the 25 lawmakers' seats declared vacant. He said this in an interview with correspondent Soibi Uruwari.
Just they look them, committee boys everywhere, elders, they don't go enter here, you know, if all that come, they say, well, enter.
one-sided to favor the continuous looting and emptying of the treasury of Rivers State by meddlesome interlopers. So I want to encourage the governor to continue to be on the side of Rivers people, because that is what is keeping him right now. Because if he goes away from the support of Rivers people, the people that have continued.
Apologies for the mix-up in that audio. Moving on now, the Minister of Environment, Balarabe Lawal, says President Bola Tinubu is committed to ensuring the cleanup of Ogoni land. Mr. Lawal said this during an interactive session with Ogoni stakeholders in Port Harcourt today. He called on the Ogoni people to support and protect projects done by the Hydrocarbon Pollution and Remediation Project, HYPREP. He also said court cases and protests against HYPREP are some of the reasons or issues confronting projects needed for the cleanup of Ogoni land. Well, HYPREP project coordinator Neni Barini Zabe also spoke at the interactive session.
The Honorable Minister is well versed in the Ogoni question and consistently demonstrates his profound understanding of prevailing issues. It is also important to note that while progressing, we have encountered challenges in the implementation process, particularly in the form of misinformation, community land disputes, leadership tussles, court cases, and other issues that impede progress. Your support is vital in navigating these challenges and ensuring the project's success.
Still to come, family disagrees with suicide claims in death of police officer. Stay tuned.
It's beginning to
This is the news on 92.3 Nigeria Info.
Thanks for staying with us. And now to the rest of the news. Beatrice Nelson, daughter of the late police officer Nelson Abuante, who reportedly committed suicide after he mistakenly killed his colleague, has refuted the report, saying her father did not take his life. As you may know, late Inspector Nelson was said to have shot dead one Inspector Monday Baramana while trying to arrest a suspect, Akbobari Akere, last Sunday in Nyogo, Lueku, Kana local government area of Rivers State. But Miss Beatrice is alleging that her father was killed by his colleagues.
My dad will never commit suicide because if my best friend, is the person that talks to me like a friend. I said the government should investigate into this matter. If they allow this thing to slide like this, it will cause small harm in the police.
Well, Ms. Beatrice also alleged that officers at the Taba Police Division, where her late father served, refused her access to speak with the suspect, Akbobari Akere, whom her father was attempting to arrest when the incident happened.
When I went to the station yesterday, nobody was ready to talk. When I asked them I wanted to see the people on, they refused to talk to me. So it's just one person, give me the pictures of what happened. They refused.
When contacted, the spokesperson of the River State Police Command, Grace Iringekoko, promised to get back to our correspondent on the matter. 4 out of 6 passengers abducted from a commercial bus along the Bruta Airport Road at 6 p.m. yesterday have been released. An anonymous community source told our correspondent that no ransom was paid, but the kidnappers are demanding ransom for the remaining 2 victims still in captivity. As you may know, the passengers were traveling from Port Harcourt to Owerri when their bus was attacked. Away from that, the River State chairman of the Nigerian Labour Congress, Alex Agwanwo, has commended Governor Siminalayi Fubara for the 100,000 naira Christmas bonus to civil servants. Agwanwo, in an interview, said it shows the governor is a man of his words. And then, on their part, some civil servants in the state expressed joy at the approval of the Christmas bonus by the state government. They spoke to correspondent Onyekachi Wosu.
As a father of 6, this can go a long way for me. I can put food on the table on this festive period to my children and my siblings. I say, may God bless him and grant him wisdom to follow the affairs of the River State.
Yes, I'm very, very happy that our governor have approved 100,000 for all civil servants in River State. This is my 10 years as a teacher. I have never benefited one dime as a Christmas bonus. When I heard the news that the governor approved 100,000 as Christmas bonus for civil servants, I jumped on top of my roof.
The governor has a very nice vision for the people.
Interstate travel to any part of the country from Port Harcourt to 22 other routes have been slashed by 50%. Minister of Solid Minerals, Dele Alake, said this today during a media conference on the presidential intervention in public transportation to celebrate the Yuletide. In Abuja, Mr. Alake said the special presidential intervention will begin tomorrow and end on 4th January. 2024. On the foreign scene, the leader of Hamas, Ismail Haniyeh, has arrived in Cairo, Egypt for talks on a fresh ceasefire in Gaza. Israeli President Isaac Herzog says his country is ready for another humanitarian pause. And that's the news, but before we go, let's take a look at the highlights. Lawmakers have withdrawn the impeachment notice against Governor Fubara. River State Commissioner for Information has confirmed that Governor Fubara signed the resolution agreement. And the federal government has slashed interstate public transport fare by 50%. On the foreign scene, Hamas leader is in Cairo for a possible second Gaza truce. The news was edited by Martha Okerinkem. To reach the news team, send an SMS or WhatsApp to 0808 721 7215. I'm Constance Mega. Thank you for listening.